side since day one. But I am Fantokyo, the great, and I'll not be outdone. Welcome to Fantokyo Spectacular Theater in the Pound. Please excuse my thespian vernacular when I say thou is going down. I've had enough of you, so time to be my puppet on a string. I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. Now, the audience is thirsty for fun. Time to run. 'Cause now your denouement has already begun. That means you're done. We could both be pirates on the sea. You'll swab the deck and play a part for me. Mops galore, you better keep it clean. Watch out now, my little friend, 'cause Sharkspeare's looking mean. I've had enough of you, so time to be my puppet on a string. I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. A battle like no other. Better move, 'cause here's another. At least you'll get to see defeat in epic style. The audience's prime, each attack right on time. Seeing you entwined is so worthwhile. But why stop there at a lion, a bear? What's wrong, my petite cher? Why don't you smile? The final act is sure to be a theatrical plot twist worthy of a prize. Want a shot? You better be more tactical. Messing with Fantokyo is never wise. I've had enough of you, so won't you be my puppet on a string? I've had enough of you. Oh, dance, my little Muppet plaything. I'm up to here with you, so why don't you finally face it? Your fate is sealed, and everything you do is what I say. Starting now and every day, you'll be my puppet, learn to love it. Every word I say you'll covet. Start anew, stuck like glue, bid your former self adieu, 'cause I've had enough of you.
Alright, hello all you wonderful people out there, and welcome to the stream. I'm Razim, and this is Dwarf Fortress. Thank you all so much for coming on by. Let's go ahead and jump into the game, shall we? Yes, I think we shall. Oh, I don't know why, I just enjoy the whoosh. It's a whooshy whooshy whoosh whoosh whooshy whoosh good time. Oh, hello. We're starting off with these guys. For Stream Raiders. Go place your troops, everyone. The Stream Raiders is up. Now, we left off last time getting our fortress set up. I have managed to install the old, the Meth plus Vordak texture pack that I personally prefer. So we are now using that instead. So we got our main entrance, you know, dug out. It's not set up yet, but that's fine. We just wanted to get it dug out for now. We do not want to, or we do want to build a trade depot. So we're hitting B to build, and then it is capital D for trade depot. And that is going to be stuck in here. As far as the material to use, right now it doesn't matter that much because we are going to replace it later on. But for the time being, I am going to go ahead and set this up with the brimstone blocks. Oh, wait. That looks like it's going to be ugly. Never mind! Cancel! You'll find that I am very much all about the aesthetics. It's fine if you're not. Oh wait, Foxfruit popped in? I guess I missed their message. Hi there. Wait, we already have migrants? So the game automatically paused because we have already had migrants show up. This here is Dwarf Therapist. I have it automatically open, but it doesn't have a fortress to connect to it right away. So you just hit this connect and it'll pop up the Dwarf Fortress. Now, for some reason, I can never remember. Migration wave. There we go. So these are what we started with, as well as obviously my dwarf, which wasn't one of the original, but he was added later. And then we have had 3 new ones pop in. Holy fabola. Huh! We've got a legendary engraver among us now. So Dwarf Therapist here gives you a good overview of all the different skills and such. Like, we've got myself here. I have level 8 metal crafting, level 7 armoring. And then you've got a level 9 miner here. And then stone detailing, engraving. This guy is going to be, or girl, is going to be very useful. Very useful. I'm going to scroll down a ways. Remember to go up and down levels. You do shift and then the... I really don't know what those... what that symbol is officially called. Bracket or something. But it's the greater than and less than sign, basically. I should figure out what the official name is for that. But we're going to come down here... This is our dining hall that we're still getting dug out. I may have made this a little bigger than I actually needed to, but oh well. And then down here is where our workshops are gonna go, as well as our stockpile. The stockpile, that's okay to make huge. It really is. So we're gonna do D. It's already set to mining, but if it isn't, you hit D again. I'm gonna reduce, or rather increase the priority, because I want this part dug out ASAP. We also need to get some crafts going, because if you remember, I embarked without any, without a, whatever you call that thing. I embarked without an anvil, so we need to get crafts going in order for me to, you know, get an anvil when the dwarf caravan comes. We are already in summer now, and so we got to get that up and running ASAP. So, because the dwarf caravan should arrive at the beginning or end of autumn. I don't remember exactly when they usually pop up, but it's around there. So this down here is the ocean, and as you can see, we've got some nice little waves coming in. If our dwarves came down into this area, they would actually get very happy because mist makes them happy. Or at least it gives them a positive moodlet. Now, I would definitely give a lot to have access to a another pickaxe. It would make our job much easier because unfortunately we only have 2 pickaxes. I should have picked up a third, but I didn't think about doing that. But that would mean that our dwarves would be able to go much faster. Or our digging operation here. Because I usually wind up starting off huge rather than, you know, smaller. So, how are you all today, anyways? Everybody doing well? I hope so. If not, I might have to sacrifice the cat to the old gods in order to make you happy. Oh, why are you glad, Wolffab? Toshime, are there any updates on the stuff going on your end? Like, just a general status on it? Are things okay there, or, you know? We're sacrificing you for the happiness of everyone else. Oh, nice! I won't lie, I'm kind of jealous of you getting to do that. Oh, hey! 2 of our dwarves have married. I didn't realize they gave us notifications on that. Karma, we're not sacrificing you. We're sacrificing Aurum. Oh, God! Is he gonna be okay? I don't know when this happened. I am glad you're okay. We are going to get our dwarves busy, some of our other dwarves, while the mining is being done. You hit D and then S for smooth stone. And that basically makes the stone nice and pretty. Right now it's all rough hewn, and they go in and mine and smooth it out, make it look nicer. Wait, kicked out? I'm guessing because of a lack of money or insurance or something? Or is it because they think he's okay now? Back to the tutorial here. You guys can see how these look much nicer. It's not just aesthetic for this. It does actually make your dwarves happier to be in a room that has been smoothed. We can actually make it even better by going a step further, which I will do as soon as this spot gets smoothed. Okay, apparently it's me that was going to do that, and I was off doing other stuff. We're going to prioritize mining out this area. Not second priority, but we are going to do priority 3 on it all. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Still not okay that they do that. Alright, we're gonna smooth this over. That's all set to 4, except for that, which is 3, which is fine. I guess we did have some priority 1 stuff in here. I just want to make sure that the, I'm going to switch this area over to the priority 2 mining, actually. I'm guessing that his hand and foot are doing better then, though? Side note, I went to a new vape shop today since, you know, I couldn't go to the one in Utah anymore. Well, I could order from them, but I didn't really... I wanted to find someone local, and I'm kind of trying out their juice. I'm not a fan of the bottles that they use. I like my Black House ones, but so far the flavors seem to be the juice itself seems to be very high quality, so I'm glad for that. A lot of in-house juices tend to be very hit and miss. But they also had, they've got a 2-week... Wait, no food? How are we already out of food? Okay. Apparently we need to get farming going. Peat. That, I think, is something we can grow on. So he cannot walk on his right foot. Okay, peat is a soil. Excellent. Alright, so this is going to be priority 1. We'll bring it out to here for now. I like to dig out a 5x5 area, but only put the farm plots in the center of it. Not exactly sure why I wind up doing that, because it's a lot more work, or a lot more space being taken up, but it's kind of what I wind up doing most of the time. I've heard that sometimes when your dwarves walk over farm plots, it can damage the crops, but I've not actually seen that happen. Are they coming up to get started? Doesn't look like it. Alright, back down here. One of the problems with, one of the reasons why you might want to avoid doing priority 1 is sometimes you have an emergency situation like this where you really need your dwarves to focus on one thing and you wind up with them not. Like, this could wait. Farm plots cannot. Now we are going to engrave this area just because we can. Oh wait, what is this wall? Hornblende? Is that an ore? I don't remember. Like I said before, you gotta make sure that you've got the wiki up. Okay, that is just a random stone type. I wasn't certain. So we're gonna do D, then E to engrave the stone here. Mostly because we can. We do not need to do this, but it will make our dwarves happier. So why not? Especially because we've got a legendary engraver here. Oh, did you switch over to a Lugia? Is that what you did, Karma? And I definitely understand the idea, or, you know, the frustration with parents not doing, or grandparents, not following wise directions. I actually got into it with my grandma when I found out that she still had all of her normal Christmas celebrations. I could understand her reasoning a little bit. She's like, she told me that she didn't know if she'd be here next year. You know, this year. But at the same time, it's like, that doesn't mean you need to hasten that end coming, you know? I just... It's a matter of worrying about her. So what I'm doing here, I hit B to build, and then I'm hitting P for plot to build a farm plot. It's listed over here as a farm plot, but the shortcut is P. And then you use the U, K, M, and H keys to size it. And then you just place it down, and your farming dwarves will go actually... Technically, they build it. I don't understand how it's being built exactly, but technically it's considered being built. Oh no, one of our dogs has been... Oh, it's been found dead. Lovely. That's not good. Alright, so our farm plots have been finished. We are going to do... So, to set up your farms, you hit Q, and then you just hover over it. And you see all these different options over here. These are the different things that we have available to grow, which are in this area, or that can grow in this area because it is dark, it's underground. And then you can change it based on the season. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Like I said last time, plump helmets are very useful because you can grow them in every season. Hey, there's Shadow Wolf. I'm glad, Karma, at least be glad that your grandparents did that, instead of actually having everybody come over. They said that they took precautions and stuff, but it's like even them sitting on the other side of an enclosed room, that's not good enough. Not with this pandemic. Oh, I'm doing all right, Shadow Wolf. Now, I am going to hold down Shift and do Enter, and that will make it so my, right down here, plump helmets will be grown in this plot in all seasons. We're gonna do the same with this one up here, mostly because we just need to get crops going. Another option for getting some crops going, or getting some food coming in early game, is with a zone. So you hit I, and up here on the surface, there's actually, you can't really tell very easily, but there are all sorts of different fruits and veggies and other stuff up here that your dwarves can harvest. So I'm placing down this zone with I. And this is going to be, I'm going to hit G to enable gather/pick fruit. It also includes, you know, vegetables and such. But like this plant here, these are some grapes. We've got, well, that's dead. Spelt, I don't know if that's actually edible for them. But you got prickleberries, you got more grapes. Some of these trees, that's a walnut tree. That's something they can gather from and eat. So on and so forth. There's actually quite a few different things that you can do. Apparently, this single spot is considered as being inside. I don't know why, but it is. We are going to set a hotkey F4 to zoom here. Again, hotkeys, it's Shift H. You go to where you want it, and you hit the F key that you want associated with it. So I went with F4. I hit Z to make it zoom here when I hit F4. Now I'm going to do N to rename it. Farming. I hit F3 because we already have it set up, and that brought us down here to the workshop area. We're going to go ahead and start off with a mason workshop down here. B, then W, then M. Because we already built one temporarily up on the surface more, but we're going to move it down here now. Obsidian blocks. And we're also going to do a carpenter's workshop. Again, that's something that we already did up above, but we can deconstruct it. And then we also want a craft dwarf's workshop. This here. Shortcut key is R. The Crafts Dwarf Workshop is where you make various crafts. You do want to make sure you get lots of mugs coming in, but beyond that, you can set them to make random crafts, which can then be traded away for various other resources. Oh, have you, Shadow Wolf? I was really enjoying playing with Throt. He's a lot of fun. We are going to go D, then S, and have this area smoothed. We're not going to engrave the stockpile area. We're just going to smooth it over for now. Oh, so they still met up with people face to face, Karma? Ugh. So it looks like we are really struggling with food. That is something that happens somewhat somewhat often. It is now switching over to autumn, so it's auto-saving the game, which is perfect timing because Stream Raiders is up. So let's get that going. I think I need to turn down the music a bit more. There we go. Well, I guess that's better, because, like, my grandma did it with my aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody. They had everyone over, and it was kind of like, that's a lot! That's a lot of risk to be taking. Alright, Wolf-Fab with max troops and most kills. We have Toshime with max troops. Bear Ishion is not here. The Paladin Scroll goes to Bear Ishion. Now to System Core. Alrighty. Place down my musketeer. And real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, I got a daily drop. Oh, it ends in 12 minutes. Never mind. I'm not gonna bother with that. I do have a quest where I have to get one class to level, 30. So I guess I'm gonna be working on... I gotta make sure I check the store often. Because I unfortunately don't have as much potential for getting stuff as you guys do. I got enough gold. I'll go ahead and do it again. I don't have anybody ready for promotion. So, back to the battlefield. And now back to Dwarf Fortress. What is Gorich? Oh. I mean, I'm sure that would be easy in any other year, Karma. Finding a webcam in a store on Christmas Eve. Because that's not something that's often given out. But, you know, this particular year, yeah, I could see how that would be difficult. Alright, we're gonna switch this back to priority 1. Make this priority 1 as well. And get that mined out so we can set up... So we can smooth it out and then set up stockpiles for food. Oh yeah, that hero. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, but I look forward to it some point. Alright, I'm just gonna make sure they all have access to the food here, because they're acting like they don't. So I'm gonna ensure that they all have access to the food that we currently have. We should have enough food for them. At least for a little longer. Unless it was all stolen by wild animals, which is actually possible. Ah, the caravan has arrived. Excellent timing. Actually terrible timing. One moment, everyone. Guys, I will be right back. I gotta step away for just a moment. So Timmy is playing Diablo 3, and he apparently had 12, you said 12?
Treasure goblins, there was around there, yeah.
Around 12 treasure goblins pop up all at once, and he had to show me the results of all the loot.
It was glorious.
The screen was so sparkly. Something seems to be going wrong with the audio. One moment. And of course it fixes itself. Right when I go to fix it. It keeps driving me rather nuts that my fortress is all the way over here on the edge of the screen. Alright, so this here is the outpost liaison talking with our expedition leader. He shares some news about the world and then asks what we want. I typically only want seeds, because seeds are always useful. To navigate this menu, you use the plus and minus for the type column, and then you use the arrow keys for the good column. For increasing or decreasing priority, it's just the left and right arrow. Or you can do hold shift and hit the right arrow to adjust it more. Or adjust the entire category. I do also sometimes want leather, so I'm going to do that as well. And then you just hit escape to get out of it. Eventually it's going to pop up with another screen. Or at least it should. Ah, there it goes. Usually doesn't take that long. Alright. And these are what they will offer us in return for various materials and crafts and such. Like right now they're paying a high value for crowns. As well as prepared meals. And I think this is tools? Might be blocks. Alright, we're gonna come up here. We don't really have much to trade, unfortunately. Which is a real problem. Oh, we are almost out of drinks as well. How the hell did that happen? So stone blocks are normally not worth much, and I normally wouldn't be bothering to trade them, but they're about all we have available. And we can easily make more. Normally by the time they show up, I am much more situated than this one. I don't know why I've been so slow with this embark. We'll go ahead and sell, offer up all of those. We could probably get something nice out of them. Maybe these barrels as well. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. See what we can get done. I'm gonna hit N. Our expedition leader. We need a broker. The broker is our trader. So we've got this person here. They're not great, but they're also not bad. I could see how farming simulator, yeah, it's good for relaxing. A high master pacifier. Interesting. But they don't have anything for appraising, which is very difficult to trade, as without appraising, you can't really tell what they can really do, or what the value is on things. We'll go ahead and go with myself. Why not? Alright, so some of our animals are starving. The only animals that we need to worry about feeding are the ones that are the grazers. The rest of them don't need to be fed. But herd animals, they have to be put on grass. So I hit I, made a new zone. We're going to set it for gather and pick fruit. But we're also going to do N to set it as a pen/pasture. Then we're going to do Shift N to set the details on it. We can also do Shift G to remove those that do not need to be put out here. And we're just gonna do plus and minus to select, plus, minus, and enter to have them all put in there. We have had nothing brought in there yet, so we gotta wait for that. So our dwarves should be getting to work pulling everything into the trade depot that I've designated to be traded. I'm not sure why they're not. I am going to cheat a little bit here. So if you go to Dwarf Hack, which is the other window that opens with Dwarf Fortress, you can come in here, do fast dwarf 1 and 0 it is. So 1 will make all of your dwarves move much more quickly, and then the 0 means that they cannot teleport. And this only applies to dwarves. Like my kangaroo man here, he will not move faster because of this. I would need to do Fast Dwarf 2 for that. There, now they can teleport around instead of actually running through areas. Hopefully it'll get things done quicker. Why are we only having the brimstone blocks? We need food! Bring stuff there so I can trade it off and we can get food, people! This normally becomes their #1 priority task. I am rather surprised that this is taking so long. Like, normally when you designate for stuff to be put in there, you will see your dwarves just pile in there, carrying stuff to trade. Okay, now we've got some more stuff in here. Let's see here. So the left side here, these are the items that are available. This column is the value, and this is the weight. You don't need to worry about the weight playing yourself. It's just that the dwarves can only carry so much. The caravans can only carry so much. So like here you see that they've got 27,000 weight left. Some of these things are very heavy, so they will count against that. Now we're gonna pick up all this cheese, because cheese is good eating. And it's at least some food to keep them going. Plump helmets are also great to do. So I'm using the arrow keys to scroll through these. You can also do shift. I'll hold down shift and just like so. We'll go ahead and take these as well. If we can. Now, when it comes to trading, so right now we've got the trader experiencing a loss. Generally, for the trader to agree to a setup, you have to actually give them 1.5 times the value of what you're trying to get. So unfortunately, we can't afford any of this cheese. And probably not most of what we've grabbed either. Which is a problem. We'll go ahead and remove all of this as well. See if that makes it so we can trade. So right now, the value of what I've selected is 240. The trader profit would be 175. So I might be able to get a little bit more. We're going to try and do that. So we're going to hit T to trade. All right. They accepted it. We're going to hope that our dwarves bring in more stuff to trade so we can get more food, though. More migrants? Normally we don't get migrants this fast. I don't know what's going on. How many more? We're clicking read here. Okay, we got 4 more. We got a legendary bone crafter and a legendary clothes maker. Cool. Those will be useful. Alright, we brought in more stuff. Let's go ahead and try and get more food. Bless you. We're gonna go ahead and add all of these. We'll keep these because they're not worth much. But the rest of that, that's a bit of value that we can trade with. We're gonna grab more of their plump helmets. Grab that. All of these, because those are food. And now we're going to try and grab an anvil. Anvils aren't that expensive, so I think we'll be good to make this trade. Anything else I want, though? Prepared. Prepared is usually good. Generally, don't look at what these things are. And try not to think about the fact that you are trading for emu lungs for your dwarves to eat. Prepared wolf brain. Oh, these are lovely descriptions. Let me tell you what. We'll trade that off. These are empty barrels that we can at least add to it. There we go. Now we are in queue to manage the trade depot. We're gonna hit G and go ahead and unselect all of this. This is where you go to manage what you're trading and such. So now we've got our anvil, we've got some extra food. We should be good to go, hopefully. This area has been cleared out, so we're gonna get it smoothed. We are going to set it to priority 2. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, you cannot smooth something after you place down a stockpile. So that's why we smooth first, then set down the stockpile. Apparently our ewe starved to death even still somehow. Alright, stockpiles. You hit P for them, and then you just click and, or, you know, move to the area, hit enter, and drag across. You can do custom stockpiles, which is what I always do. Hold up. So, for a custom stockpile, you hit P for the stockpile, and then T for custom settings. Everything appears to be disabled for now. We're gonna enable food. However, in this stockpile, we're using the arrow keys to move around. We are going to do forbid drinks. I don't want those in this area. Seeds we are also going to forbid in this stockpile. Otherwise, we will also hit U to disable prepared food in this stockpile. And then we just place it down. Now for unprepared food, we're gonna stick it up here. And there is our unprepared food stockpile. I will be expanding it over into this area. Actually, I suppose I could just set all this up now. Never mind. Yeah, we'll just do that. So get this all smoothed down. Most of it's good to go. There's some spots that are going to be dug out afterwards, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and get this smoothed down as well. Now I'm going to introduce you guys to the thing known as the quantum stockpile. We're going to use I, and we're just going to place it right here. And then you just hit enter again. And then we are going to hit D to designate that as the garbage dump. So this is where everything, so that was a zone that I placed down. So we're gonna hit D for designations, which is the same place where you go to mine, then B, and then D for dump items. And then we just select the area. And all of that is now flagged to be hauled into this one singular spot. It's a great way to manage a lot of stone on the ground. We are also going to do a dump on this area, because sometimes trying to do a stockpile runs into some issues when there's already stuff in there. And that's why we are... it's rather they run into issues trying to pull stuff out of an area that is already, set up. Now, this is going to cause all of our food that's already been brought in to be dumped, but that's okay. We can work around that. You do want to avoid... I've heard that there is a bug where if you do dump on a dwarf, then that dwarf is going to be stripped and all of their stuff will be taken to the dump pile. So you'll want to be aware of that fact, or possibility rather. It is important that you get a lot of barrels in here because barrels keep your food from spoiling. By default, because it's a food stockpile, it automatically sets it for barrels to be put in here and fill this area. So we got to get a bunch of barrels done to hold all this food. Otherwise, right now, we're just waiting for our dwarves to finish mining and dumping everything that I have told them to dump. Alright, now we are going to do the Stream Raiders. Normally I would go ahead and leave it running, but right now we're running into issues with food, so I don't want to do that. Start the battle! All right. We have no crowns to give out. But the gold goes to Toshime and the Archer Scrolls to Wolffab. Congratulations. Mage Scrolls! Now we are making our way to this one, because I always like trying to get those skins. I'll go ahead and bring my archer here. Alright, everybody, go place your troops. And back to Dwarf Fortress. Alright. So most of our stuff is finally starting to get dug out, which is very good. We really need to get it all more dug out and stuff. It looks like things are slowly being pulled away. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this stockpile over here. Just temporarily, as soon as I remember how. Oh wait, it's Q. So you hit Q, hover over the stockpile, I think. Why can I not remember how to... Oh, right, it is P. Remove designation. It's P, then X. And then you just do that. Now we are gonna... We'll leave most of this be. It looks like that's all okay to be taken. Things are slowly getting taken down here. Now, you'll want to do D, B, and then C to reclaim this spot. So everything in there, they now have access to again. Every now and then you will want to come down here to your quantum stockpile and do the DBC, so that way they get access to it again. Because otherwise it's just going to sit there forever. We are going to go DB and then capital D and remove the dump from everything in here. Just so we can have them prioritize the food stores. Now we're gonna do D, then S, and go ahead and smooth out all this area. We're not gonna bother increasing priority because it's not a huge deal for them to get to it right away, but I do want to have them start working on it. And I forgot that smoothing is automatically a higher priority than dumping stuff, so yeah, we're gonna have to wait a little longer here. Barrels and bins are something that you are going to need so many of. I'm not even kidding there. You are going to need so many of them. It's kind of ridiculous. We do have some plump helmets ready to be harvested in here. I'm going to do a relatively small seed stockpile in here. Okay, maybe not so small, but still. Get that set up. And they are out of logs to make more bins and such, unfortunately. Now we hit P to make a stockpile. We're going to go T for custom settings. And we are going to hit B to block all. And then come down here to seeds. And P to permit seeds. That's the only thing I want in this stockpile. All right, we have cleared out this area, so we're gonna do P again, T, and we're gonna allow all here. And once again, forbid the drinks, forbid the seeds, and hit U to remove the prepared food from it. And we're gonna go ahead and bring it down to here and designate this area for unprepared food. And we'll make a second stockpile of it, which will go to here. Those will unfortunately be considered two different stockpiles. There's no real way around that. We're gonna go U to make it prepare. Oh wait, nope. T, block all, and then just U for prepared food. And prepared food will go in this area. And now P, we're gonna do two small stockpiles up here. Not of that, but we're gonna go into finished goods. Block all. And then over here in type. So you go to type and then go over to here. And you can make it where it's only flasks and actually just goblets. Goblets encompass things like mugs and such as well. You do want these close to your dining hall and such. I'm gonna do two stockpiles there, as well as one going. You know what? We'll do that. We will do two of them here and here, because any visitors will not have access to stuff outside of where you designate as a inn, which is why you want to set it up this way. Now we're gonna do DBD. Get this area all designated to be dumped. There's a kitty there. We don't want to dump the kitty. There we go. We'll set the rest of this to be dumped as well. And now, stockpile. And we are going to go with custom settings again. Disable that. Enable food, but B to block all. And we are only going to permit the drinks. Those will go in the stockpiles on this side. And once again, you do want to make sure that you have stockpiles for stuff like the drink and prepared food actually in this area. So again, block and then U for only prepared food on this side. And now our stockpiles for our food area are set up, and they will slowly get filled up, and everything will be set up good to go. Voila. Now I am going to B and then W. We need a kitchen. So Z. That we will place here. Make it out of obsidian. Well, no, we'll do brimstone. You really can't tell the difference with what it's made out of. So I do often use materials that I find rather ugly, like the brimstone in there. And then we also need a still to actually brew our wonderful dwarven beer. Alright, back down here, DBC, we're gonna reclaim all of that. And then D, we are going to dump the rest of this room, just to get it out of the way. Well, mainly just to get it out of the way. We'll do that. Thankfully, our dwarves don't get too angry about not having bedrooms for a while. It is something that you'll want to eventually address, but you can take a while on it. We are going to smooth the floor in this area. We can just do the whole room at once. And that's all priority 4, so they'll get to it. So obsidian has a different image than granite, unfortunately, which is why we're seeing that there, but that's not going to be a problem for very long. Now up here, these are done, so we are going to brew drink, and we're going to set these on repeat for a little bit. And a few, we're just gonna do a few easy meals. We're not gonna set it on repeat, but this way we'll get a few of them made. And now our dwarves are getting to work. Meanwhile, down here, P for stockpile. Now, this is going to be a very long, drawn-out process. What about mead, Wolffab? You can't actually produce mead for a while. It's something, you have to set up bee farming to get the honey to make mead. But dwarves can literally make alcohol out of any plant, period. If it's a plant, they can find a way to make some kind of alcohol out of it. You know, they're dwarves. So I am going to start here. We're going to do T for custom. We don't need any food stuff down here, because that's all next to our inn and such. But we are going to do stone and able. I like to separate the metal from all the clay and other stuff. That's just my own preference, though. We are actually going to forbid clay as well, though. At least in this stockpile. We'll bring it to here, and then up. So it looks like we did make our storage area a little bigger, a little too tall to fit all the way up. But that's okay, because I like to have general stockpiles that our dwarves can just throw whatever they want into. Now, we're going to permit metal ores, forbid those. We'll go ahead and allow clay to be stored with the metal as well. And Chim has come home. Hello, Chim.
Your piece stands for this.
Nothing. I'm hungry.
Oh, do you want it now?
Nah. Dessert later. Chim brought home red velvet cake.
With Reese's on top.
With Reese's on top. That's a unique flavor combination.
Oh, it's what my coworker made.
Hey, free food is free food. Alright, so now we are going to do wood. So, the reason I am setting things up like this. We have our mason's workshop here. So, we want them to have the quickest access to stone. And then our carpenter's workshop is here, so they're going to have the quickest access to wood. We do want to remove this just to not have them place it inside of that area, the stairs. Because otherwise, sometimes dwarves will place stockpile items on the stairs. So you'll be going down the stairs and suddenly there's a giant log in the way. It doesn't actually impede traffic, but it's still something to... I don't... It's aesthetic to remove that. So now that we've got our main 3 stockpiles set up, we're going to go ahead and start moving to other things. Animals, they're not a huge priority of stuff to have. It's mainly caged cages and such. I'm going to do only a 3 wide area for them. We're not going to run into a whole lot of those. We're also going to add cages to this, if I can find them. Okay, they don't seem to be in there, so... Wait, where are the cages? Maybe cages are part of the animals. I forget. Anyways, so we got our animals done. Furniture and siege ammo. That is one of your most used stockpiles in the game. You're going to put a lot of stuff in there eventually. So we are going to make it rather big. I'm going to make it 7 wide. Jordy boy, thank you very much for that follow and welcome. How are you? Corpses and refuse, those are things that you generally want to put up on the surface so they decay away. Otherwise, you can wind up with miasma, basically horrible stenches from things that are rotting. So you don't generally want to put that underground. We've got our stone set up. Ammo is something that we will want to set up. I'm going to do a larger area for that because there is a bug in the game. Before we proceed, I'm going to do Q, and then there is a bug where if you have bins, your dwarves cannot get to the ammo inside. So there's not going to be any bins in here. As you can see, the game automatically set it to maximum bins. So we're going to do Shift C to reduce that to 0. So there will be no bins put into that stockpile. So next up, coins really are not used, but I usually wind up setting a stockpile for them anyways. And we've got plenty of space, so I'm gonna go ahead and do so. It can be a little bigger, mostly because we've got plenty of space for stuff anyways. Bars and blocks. These are like your stone and clay blocks as well. I forbid both of the bars. Those go in their own stockpile. But blocks, we are going to have a lot of those. And I do mean a lot. So, nice big area for them. And they are right next to the general stone area, so our mason will be able to bring them out and put it right in there. Excuse the noise in the background. My roommate is messing with something. What are you doing? Oh, okay. He's taking out the trash. So, Oram, go with him. Good. You need to jump into the dumpster after you help him put stuff in there. Don't forget a key.
You show your dragon appreciation by throwing them away.
No, we're throwing away the cat part. Alright, so for bars, we don't need as big of an area for those. Jesus!
They're big. They're not tiny paws.
Quit dropping all the trash on the floor!
I have tiny paws.
Some people's kids, I tell you all. So, this is basically a situation where we're just going through here, putting things into, or setting up custom stockpiles for everything. I like to do this so that way if we find something, like, otherwise you might wind up with your entire wood stockpile, or your entire stockpile filled with just wood, and then there's no space for anything else that you want to go in there. Which is why I like to set up individual stockpiles for each type of thing. Just to give an explanation on why I'm doing this. Finished goods is also a large stockpile we're going to have. We are going to disable goblets in this because we don't really need that in here. But this is still going to be a sizable area that we will want to cover. Oh, I'm not? Oops. I'll go join once Stream Raiders is done. Leather and cloth could be put together, but I like to keep them separate. We're just gonna do three wide column of each. We've already done wood. Weapons and armor are important as well that we're gonna want to take care of. We'll probably put those across the top. Well, actually, we can just do...
I'm coming. Sorry.
Alright, so weapons and trap components. We'll just have one of those, one column. And the same with armor. Honestly, we're not going to wind up with a lot of those. Sheets are another thing we're not going to wind up with a lot of. So I'm going to go find our coin stockpile and just add them to that. And actually, we'll go ahead and add both of these to it as well. Just kind of an overflow stockpile, because we're not going to have many coins. Now for our general stockpile. Enable that. Enable. Enable. We're going to keep ammo disabled on this. Just because we don't want those going in there. Don't want to forget to disable goblets. And now we'll fill up this upper row, these two rows up here, with some of those. And now our stockpiles are finished. We're gonna go ahead and quick save. Just because I have had situations where I will get that all set up and then they're like, and the game crashes. So apparently I'm getting a 10-course dinner.
Hell no.
You just said it's coming up!
The stream heard nothing.
Smart ass.
Well, maybe now you won't get food at all.
No! Do not withhold the food!
You just insulted me in front of the stream. You called me names.
Well, you're threatening to withhold food!
That was after you called me a smartass.
You have no proof of this.
The stream. You say that you're recording everything, so you have proof of me saying stuff. I have proof of you saying stuff.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to delete the recording for this, so he can't use it against me.
The next person who clips it can use all of my coins.
Oh my god,
I
that's
got there
playing
with the key.
dirty.
I go out there with the key. Don't even try to slowly close it so it stays open. And it refuses to close. It just bounces off. And
Yeah, like I said, it bothers me because it doesn't close.
but the time when I went out there without a key and slowly did it so when it closed, it slammed itself shut. From less than an inch.
Yeah, it's a terrible door. It triggers me. Alright, stream riddles!
Not so much an asshole, but he doesn't tell me when his mic isn't on.
I will be right back, everyone. I gotta go use the restroom real quick, so I will be right back, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. We have Wolffab with max troops, and that is it to give out. The healer scroll goes to Berishion. You know, I have not seen Berishion in the stream chat. I really wish that it would limit to only those who are chatting. Oh well. So, this game... This event is mostly units that are weak to range, so I'm just going to place down my ranged unit there. I have joined voice now. Nate, welcome. How are you? I have joined voice if anybody would like to come join me on there. And yeah, we're getting things set up. I'm gonna go ahead and build a couple more farm plots. Again, that is B, then P, and U, M, K, and H to adjust the size. So for spring in this one, we will do dimple cups. For summer, we will do cave wheat. Autumn, we will also do cave wheat. And winter, dimple cups.
Your one pillowcase, I cleaned.
Thank you. This one, spring, we'll do quarry bushes. Summer is pigtails. Autumn, pigtails, and winter, plum helmets. What did I set for spring on this? So to change these, I am doing I'm hitting the appropriate letter for each season. And getting it set up that way. Alright. Sweet pods. Summer, we'll do sweet pods as well. Autumn. Pigtails are basically... pigtails are the dwarf version of cotton, by the way. Dimple cups are normally used for dyes, but we don't really need to worry about dyes, so I believe they can be turned into alcohol. And alcohol is good. There we go. So things are slowly getting shaping up now in our fortress. We've got stockpiles going. We've got some workshops. We need to get some more workshops in here. We'll just leave it on priority 4. So one thing we're going to want to rush towards is the cavern, as well as, or the caverns, as well as the magma, because magma is very useful for dwarven smithing. Alright, so now we are going to smooth this area over. Right now we have... Let's see. Total of 15 quote-unquote dwarves. Obviously we got a kangaroo man in here, but technically still considered a dwarf for all these purposes. We want to get a workshop in here, so B then W for a mechanics workshop. Mechanic workshops are very good early game for getting access to things such as, for getting access to crafts to sell. Because you want to try and get a lot of masterpiece mechanisms, and the only way to do that is getting your dwarf trained up. So the excess non-masterpiece ones, you can just sell. We will go ahead and also set up a leatherworks over on this side. We're not going to use it for a bit, but at least we'll have it here. Brimstone. Loom is also good to have. The loom is one that needs to go up on the top, though. Actually, we will not build a loom just yet. Clothier's shop, that can go down here. Aurum, why did you just come out here dancing? Boyer. So I'm holding off on setting up a loom because there is automation put in place for stuff to be turned into bags and such, and we don't really want that going just yet. Now, the metalsmith forge, I usually stick these up on the top, just so they're close to the other such things that we require. We'll go with obsidian. A jeweler's workshop is always good to have. We'll put it down here next to our gem stockpile. Got that coming. The fishery is going to be very important later on. Well, actually, not later on. Like, basically now. The ashery is also important. So I just hit X to expand the list here. In order to find this, which is a master, that symbol on either side of the name here, that means that it is masterpiece. Masterpiece usually gives good bonuses. I guess that's the only bucket we've got, so that's fine. And now we're hitting escape and going E for furnaces. Now we want a smelter. Why is that doing that? Huh. Oh wait, it was not the ashery that we wanted. We're gonna Q, then X to remove that. It was the wood furnace that we want. Because we've got to make charcoal. Now, down here in our mason's workshop, we are going to get a rock throne made, as well as a table. This is so we can set up an office for our manager. That is one of the quote-unquote noble positions that you want to get going ASAP. They need their own place to work, private office, but they are the ones that allow you to set up more automated tasks in the fortress. Just for the sake of things here, I'm gonna set it so I hit D when hovering over that, and I can select the material. I want them both to be made out of obsidian, so that's what we're gonna do. And right off the bat, we have a masterpiece obsidian throne. Cool! Chim says it's because he was here. I am inclined to agree. So this floor is where we're going to put our nobles' quarters. Basically, you have to set up a miniature mansion for nobles. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a hallway here. I normally do them across, but we have issues right now with that, so that's why I'm going to do it this way. Most nobles require both, they require their own bedroom, their own office or throne room, as well as their own private dining room. The manager only requires a, they only require a office, but I'm gonna go ahead and give them all of those anyways, cause they're not picky like the other nobles, and they do a lot more work than any other noble. So now we're gonna smooth this all down. Hey, Odd Socks, you did come! Alright, we're gonna do some rock doors, make them out of obsidian. We need 3 of them. Again, we're navigating this menu with the plus and minus. And guys, please, if you have any questions, by all means ask. It gives me something to explain and answer for you guys. Alright, so we got our 3 doors. We're going to come over here to the carpenter's workshop. Get ourselves a bed made. I'm probably going to do a couple of them. Just so we can try and get a masterpiece one. Up here, we are going... Oh, hey! There's a masterpiece bed! Excellent. Up here, we are going to chop down some trees. Because I believe we do need more wood. You do want to be careful about chopping down too many trees if you've got elves nearby, because they'll throw a fit. Now, our wagon, this little thing that we came in here with, we are going to hit Q and then X, and they are going to break down this wagon and we'll get the resources back. And then everything can be dragged off and stored properly. Now going down here. That's fine. Chim is trying to freeze us out of the home.
Well, if you look over here.
Holy crap, what happened?
Cheese burn.
Chim's trying to burn down the house.
What happened?
Some cheese burned and it's very smoky over there. Alright.
Did you open the door or windows?
He opened the windows. Alright, so now for a door. We're gonna go B, then D to place a door. We do have some good quality doors to make use of. Excellent. And then we're gonna do B to place a bed. And there's our masterpiece bed. Now it's C for chair or throne. That will be placed in here. It's masterpiece 1. Excellent. Table. The table's not as good quality as good of quality as I would like. So we're gonna. Ooh. Thank you. So So we're gonna get some new ones made. We're just gonna designate to have a bunch of these made, because we can use ones that don't work here in the dining hall. Because there's going to be enough stuff in the... There's going to be enough stuff to make the dining hall high quality, even if we want, even with us doing this. And winter has come. We don't have a whole lot to worry about with winter here because we are in a warmer climate than otherwise, but it is still something to be aware of. We'll fight back against the smoke with vape! No thank you. Alright, it looks like our stuff is in place here. So we're gonna make this a bedroom. First off though, we're gonna hit N and assign somebody to actually be our manager. Let's see. We've got somebody that's a talented organizer, so that's the one we're gonna have. Bookkeeper and... you could have both of these, both the bookkeeper and the manager, the same person. I usually do. We are going to do so. So we hit N to go to this noble screen. And now we just hit enter to select it and assign somebody. So now we can hit enter. They need at least a meager office, and that is it. They don't require anything else. So now we are going to select, so we hit Q, assign A to assign bed, and we're going to assign this bed to our manager. Now, the DF hack, the dwarf hack, sometimes this auto-allocate works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to enable it anyways, but just keep in mind that if you do enable it, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. So for making an actual room, you hover over the furniture that is associated with the room, like the bed to make a bedroom, or the chair to make a throne room or study. And then you can hit minus or plus or minus to adjust the size. If you keep hitting plus, it will stop at the doors, as you can see here. And then you hit enter, assign the chair, We're gonna assign it to our manager, and we'll auto-allocate to them. Let's see, seat. Their dining room isn't as important, so we'll go ahead and just go with that. Honestly, they don't have requirements that are insane, unlike most of the other nobles, so it's okay to have it a little less good. So the table is where you assign a room to be a dining room. And we're going to assign that to our manager. And voila! Jim has brought me quesadillas. They are good quesadillas. Alright, so now that we have a manager, we can hit J and then M. And this is where you can put in work orders. So we're going to hit Q for new order, and then you can just type into search. So we're going to want... Let's see here. Make sure we are still at 15. Yep. So we're going to put in an order for 15 beds. We do already have one, but it's not a big deal to have extra. So 15. And now your manager will go in, verify the order, and automatically have your workshops complete this order. And we are going to hit Q again. We want tables, rock. We will do 15 of those as well. And then we're going to hover over this and do D for details. And we're going to make them all out of obsidian. And then we're going to make 15 thrones. Doesn't matter if they're noble or not. All rock furniture meant for sitting on is considered a throne. So keep that in mind. And obsidian. And that is good to go. Actually, we're going to go back in there. We want some cabinets as well. So Q for new order. Rock cabinets. 15. That... for cabinets, they just go on the bedrooms, and it's not as big a deal to me to have mix and match stuff, so I'm just gonna leave it for generic cabinet. They'll just make it out of whatever stone they feel like grabbing. And then doors. We do need rock doors. 15. And those I will let be whatever material they make it out of as well. it looks like we have already managed to complete all of our work orders. So we are gonna have this stone engraved. Yes. We will do this. Going up to there. And we will do the same on this other side. I'm not going to bother engraving all of the stone in here, but it is going to, or all of the floors in here, but it is going to increase the value of this room drastically. All right. Now let's get ourselves some chairs in here. These are very fancy looking chairs. More fancy than I think they really should. So I am hitting B and then C and just hitting enter quickly to place these down. We're not going to be filling up all this area with the tables and chairs for now, but that's okay. We can do it later when we actually need to. Now, doors are important here as well. Unfortunately, we can't do fancy doors yet because we can't melt down metal just yet. But we are going to place some doors in here. We'll make them all obsidian. We got 16 doors that we need. And these ones will all be obsidian. And we have this up, so let's start our battle. Alright, we have nobody to give crowns to, but we do have a victory. The Berserker Scroll goes to Berishian again. On to the next battle. I swear I'm going to start manually assigning those. people that have actually spoken up. What the hell are these? Oh, they're assassins. Okay. So, for those things, we want our monk. Right? Oh, I guess not. I guess I will just bring this guy. Alright, everyone go place your troops. Okay, so we are going to reduce the fast dwarf down to just the 1-0. No more teleporting around for them. Fast dwarf is a hack, but it is one that you're going to really want to have later on. When you start getting closer to FPS death. So up here, we are going to dig out some area. Well, first off, we're going to chop down this tree because it's got a root down there and we don't want it there. There we go. Why are you warning me that they're very drowsy? Go sleep. I don't know why you need to inform me of this event. Oh boy! We've got a giant wolf here. Chocolate milk! Thank you. Yes, I am. Thank you. Oh, the outpost liaison is still here, apparently. So that is the giant wolf right there. Unfortunately, we can't do a whole lot about it, which is going to be problematic for our livestock there. So we are going to need to dig deeper. D up. Alright, so D, then I for up downstairs. And we are going to go and find our first cavern. Hi there, Foxfrew. How's it going? So we have gone very deep already, and we have not run into a cavern yet. It's gonna be somewhere down here. Just gotta keep going down further and further, slowly and slowly. Ad time? Alright, I will absolutely take a break. Thank you for redeeming that ad time, Karma. I will be back in just a moment. Oh no, why do you hurt? Thank you, Karma. Hold on one sec, everyone.
Oh, is this?
Oh! That
Yay!
arrived really fast.
Yay!
Now let's hope that works.
Yeah. I'm afraid to touch it without your help, so I'm gonna wait till after the stream.
Alright, well on that note, everyone, I am going to... It seems that Chim's power supply has arrived, and I don't want to leave him waiting any longer than we need to.
No, I had my laptop and I was control. You can keep playing.
No, it's okay. So, I'm gonna go help him get his desktop put back together, thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Dwarf Fortress. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we will be able to have our Exalted game tomorrow morning. And, of course, there is Red Flag Rejects D&D tomorrow as well. Yes, you did get here late, Lex.
I don't know how well tomorrow's game will be, considering I didn't have a computer prepared much.
Yeah, we'll see.
Searching. Now connected to Stephen's Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G.
What?
I don't know. Alexa's doing something weird. Anyways, thank you everyone so much for joining. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Do consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. You can find a link to that down in the description. Oops. I muted it earlier and forgot to unmute it. Thank you, Toshime. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Do consider supporting the channel. You can share it with your friends. You can support financially. However you wish, it is, a huge help. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu. Have a good night, Lex. Good night, Odd Socks. Good night, Toshime. Good night, Foxfru. And good night, Karma. I'll see you all tomorrow.